take so long to do drugs?
Is that Rainbow Dash on your shirt?
I don't want to feel the feelings.
I need to eat a bunch of cheese boxes.
The best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Well, howdy do, Buckaroo.
Hey, Snickle Fritz. How you doing?
I am once again learning a hard lesson about the weekends. Because on the weekends, eating is just kind of like what'll happen, and then get up and eat a breakfast at about 11 or 11:30, and then try to record with a couple cocktails in me. And
Good.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, man, I wish I'd have taken the time to eat a fucking sandwich or something. I am.
It is important to know when we record on the weekends, guys. We are drinking this much, and it is the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to two fat middle-aged men doing their bestish. I'm one of them. He's the other.
Just a couple Midwesterners doing their Midwesterner.
And wondering what that puddle is.
Oh, we know what that puddle is.
I do know. Although, real quick before I have a lovely story that I need your opinion on, by the way.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to do with it, but I forgot to do this last episode. I wanted to send a nice little shout out to our buddy Lou Hare, over at the Front Row Network. A couple episodes ago, we did a lovely three-way crossover with your show for the Front Row Network and for Lou's show, Guilty Pleasures. And he's so much fun to hang out with. What a great guy. I just wanted to thank him for having us on again. I had a great time, man. Yeah. He's a great dude. So check out his show, please, over the Front Row Network, Guilty Pleasures, where he talks about bad movies that you know you like, but only when you're alone. Yes. Like you wouldn't tell your buddies. It's like riding a moped to Sturgis. It's just like
you know what? A guy who rides a moped into Sturgis, that's a guy you don't fuck with.
No, biggest balls at Sturgis, I tell you that right now.
Yeah. A guy
it's like when I used to go to like this 4 a.m. punk rock bar when I had a mohawk way back when. It's not like the 6'3" guy with the white dreadlocks and like the ridiculous stare that you have to worry about. I guarantee you his name is Marvin, and he just wants to tell you about why his dad was a prick. But there was always like one guy at the end of the bar wearing like a Genesis t-shirt that was tucked into his denim shorts. It was drinking nothing but like soda and cranberry juice together, and his hair was perfectly coiffed down. That's the guy with heads in his freezer, not Marvin. Marvin's fine. Don't piss off his girl, but Marvin's fine. That guy will stab you in the bathroom though.
Yeah, he'll stab you and then he'll take you. Well, no, he'll inject something into you, put you in the trunk of his Geo Metro.
Yeah.
And because it still gets great gas mileage, guys.
He can't get through an episode of Dexter without jerking off 4 times.
I'm so sore, but I can't help myself.
You know when you're done when it goes
it sounds like a BB gun that doesn't have a BB in it going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, Christ, just
looks like punching a bottle of baby powder.
Like you do.
Oh, what is that?
I need your opinion on what happened to me this afternoon.
Okay.
And I don't know if I said this is a twofold, but number one, so I was walking, take the dog for a walk, and I live in an urban area. Therefore, you pick up the dog shit. It's a social contract. You know what I mean? Like if your dog shits in an urban area, it's a city, people walk on those sidewalks, you pick it the fuck up. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Most people do. It's that one or two assholes that, they're walking a goddamn bear, and they just leave like a 4-pounder there for the kids to play with. Fuck you and everybody who looks like you selfish prick. Pick it up. That's what you have to do. That's thing one. Number two is I find it weird that we all have to do this because you're taking the most biodegradable thing ever, putting it in the least biodegradable thing ever to put in a landfill where it won't biodegrade. I don't kind of get the logic there. I know it keeps the street clean, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody should come up. Actually, shit, I just gave it away. I just gave away my Shark Tank thing. Write this down, Larry. Dog shit bags that are made out of plant material.
Okay.
If a hippie, I want I want 5% of the royalties for that because that's a brilliant idea.
It is.
This is why do you put dog shit in plastic? But you have to. I get it. So I'm walking the dog. He takes a shit like he does because I feed him, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
I pick it up in this plastic bag. So you invert it over your hand like a glove. You pick it up, you put it over your hand, you tie a little knot in the top, and then you go about your walk. So now you are walking with a turd in a bag, basically.
Yeah.
Now, the people in this condo building that I live in, there is a special, it's actually very nice looking. There's a special receptacle up front, which is specifically for dog waste. And somebody comes and they remove it. So you don't have to so you're not putting it in your kitchen. You don't have to go find a dumpster. You can put it right out next to the front gate. So I end up walking for usually the second half of the walk with a warm turd in a bag, just whipping it around like fucking Charlie Chaplin's cave. So I round the corner and there are people in their yard. It's a very big front yard, especially for Chicago, but just in general. And there's like 4 or 5, and they're doing different lawn things. They've obviously just removed a tree and they've got it down to the stump and they're like digging up the stump. They've removed a dead tree, and there's a couple of people dealing with that. And now I don't know as much as I would like, and I actually should start, but I don't know as much as I would like about composting. Do you know anything about composting?
I know it's a thing, and I know you use organic material.
Yeah, it's like kitchen scraps and fucking eggshells. I should know more. And you put and it makes dirt, and you can grow plants, and it's plant food basically. Yeah. It smells a little weird, but it's just like organic matter decomposing to create life anew, right? I don't exactly know how you do it.
It sounds right.
One quick Google search, and I would know the answer to every question I have, but I'm just not going to do it right now. I should, and I do grow herbs in the house, not even weed, but like basil and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm walking past, and these people have a big bin, and I'm assuming they're composting. A, it stinks, and B, I can see them like just dumping what looks like either hog slop or like just what this like. It's like it's like the bottoms of fucking onions. It's like it's like compost.
Yeah.
And this woman sees me, and she looks at the dog, and her eyes light up, which happens because he's a cute little fucking dog, and people like cute little dogs. And he's it's a little cold out today, so he was actually wearing a little sweater. And people like, he's a prick and he'll shiver if you don't. He's an asshole. But he's a little neat. He's a bitch. He's a basic bitch. But like people, their eyes light up. And you get the, can I pet him? Can I come say hi? I'm like, sure, of course. Just go slow. He's a little old. He might not come to you. Blah blah blah. Whatever. She looks at him, looks at me. Her eyes light up. She goes, "What's in the bag?" I'm not carrying any other bags, by the way. One hand is I don't have like a shoulder bag or backpack on. And I say, pick it up after my dog. It's like, can I have it? There's shit in here. That's all I could say. I don't know what to, there's no jokes. Right. I was like, there's shit in here. She goes, So I stopped asking questions. I said, sure. And I just handed it over the fence, where she greedily opened it and dumped it next to the old rotten onions and carrot tops and eggshells and stuff. And like she's got like what looks to be like an old like shovel handle, and she's stirring it like a witch's cauldron somehow. Beating it like churning it like butter, and then she's like stirring it around.
You gave her the final component for the spell.
Yeah, but that was like all she needed. And she goes, thanks. And that was the end of me for her. She's like, that's all I needed. Okay. So it saved me from having to carry the rest of the dog shit. However, I'm thinking that I wasn't the first person she did it to that day. There's plenty of dogs in this neighborhood, any neighborhood.
And probably half of them didn't even have a dog.
Yeah. What do you do with that? Was she composting, or is she a lunatic? Do you put shit in there?
I don't know, but it sounds, anybody that knows about composting,
I understand.
Shoot us an email.
Manure is fertilizer, right? Right? Yes. It is. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can. I mean, people would come to the barn. There it is. Speaking of shit,
can't get enough of this goddamn gelato with the goddamn filter feed and leavins. I don't know why now. I'm just addicted to beer with tomato and clam. I love it. Fuck off. I don't care.
Just mollusk squeezins. Are they mollusks? I don't know. I'm not.
Don't care. They
I'm
taste
not a
delightful in beer.
zoologist. But
Yeah, I gave a stranger a bag of dog shit, and she thanked me for it because it was her request.
I don't have an answer.
Can you make one up? Because I need something. Because you're giving me the same thing my wife gave me, but which is true. Like there is no answer. Like she goes, okay. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's all you got. It's just okay. Like, you just take that and put it in your fucking brain, and now you have to live with that for the rest of your days. Some woman greedily took your dog's shit.
Okay, look. I know people would come to my parents' ranch and take away the horse shit that we would clean out of the stalls, and they would use it for fertilizer. I've never heard
But
of
we're talking
using.
about on a field of like corn or wheat or soy
Yeah.
or something, right? Yeah.
I have never heard of one using dog shit, and two, you're gonna use that soil later to grow, I don't know, a potato, a
It's
carrot.
it's the middle of
Also,
October in Chicago. What are you doing with it?
well, I know compost has got to cook.
You're gonna put it in a 5-gallon bucket for next year and put a fucking tomato plant in it? I don't know. It was like a big plastic garbage can.
Yeah.
That she was like dumping leavins in.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So she could put anything in there.
Look, here's what I'm gonna say. If she really is using it for compost, good for you. You gave her a component that she needed to grow her own vegetables. If that is her very weird kink, like now that she's got the dog shit, she stirred it in, and now she can go in the house and enjoy some her time. Great, good for you. You facilitated that. Either way, I think you've done good things, unless what she's using it is to grow arsenic so that she can poison the neighbors, and what she needed was the manure from a 10-pound angry chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, this is what's really gonna kill him.
Yeah, it's like the first scene in Macbeth. And she's like, her and her two sisters are just stirring up a pile of dog shit. Battle, battle, toil, and trouble. When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or in rain? Somebody come over here and put shit in this bucket. I don't know. It was a very weird moment for me.
That's very.
And then I kind of like, I just walked home like this with my eyes wide open.
Uh-huh.
And I walked in. and Ange just we're packing, so Ange is like knee deep in like a very stressful, like she's going through papers and stuff, and I tried to set up the joke. I was like, so something weird just happened to me. So I took this dog shit, and she goes, quit being dramatic, I'm doing something, tell me the story. Like, fine, I gave somebody a bag of dog shit. What? Okay.
Are you gonna let me tell the story right now? Because when I just tell it, it makes me sound like the crazy.
She was like halfway through something. She's like cataloging 9 things in her head. She doesn't have room for number 10, which is I gave away the dog shit to a stranger upon their behest. Nobody has room for that.
Look, in all of my experiences dealing with God's special soldiers, that every time I leave the house, I meet someone magical.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had any of those people go, you know what I could go for? A bag of shit. None of them.
Yeah, but have you ever been carrying a bag of shit? Have you ever lived in a place where you have to pick up after your dog?
Oh, we have to pick up after, yeah, because we walk Zoe.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like it was a yard shitting situation. Because when I had a yard, I let the dog just shit in the yard, and I used the lawnmower to take care of that.
Yeah.
And the grass was delightful, by the way.
The dog shits in the yard, but when she knows she's going on a walk, that asshole will hold it. And then we'll wait until we are on the walk.
That was blissfully literal. The asshole will hold the shit. That's such a bad, stupid joke. I'm like, but hold on, let me hold on to it for a second.
Just like this bag of shit.
Correct. Yeah.
But yeah,
and it's not even that much. It's like a turd the size of half a hot dog. I don't know.
Yeah, Zoe shits like a moose. It's incredible. And I know that she holds it until she's on the walk, and then she'll be like, oh, I gotta go now. Or like, but now here's the thing. If I can see the house and she's like, no, let me shit in the neighbor's yard. I'm like, no, you can clearly see your house from here. We are less than 5 minutes. You will go to your own backyard. You will shit there. I'm talking to the dog like a crazy person. And then we get home. I open up the back door and send her out. And she goes out. She stands on the patio for like 30 seconds and goes, I don't have to anymore. And then she goes inside and lays on the bed.
There's that
fucking dickhead.
We are good people. There is that moment of anxiety. I'm not sure if it's ever happened to you, where you can see your dog about to take a dump and you realize you don't have a bag with you.
Yep.
And you're like, oh shit. What do I do now? You start looking for detritus in the alley. Like, I can't just. And then
Yep.
you're like, oh, did anybody see? Oh, the kids saw. Oh, all right. There's a lady over there making up a pile of shit stew. Maybe she wants it. I really wish that I would have known it was about to happen, because that story could have been so much better. You know what I mean? Like, you using that? Yes. Yes, I am. This is mine. You find your own shit. Okay, you want it? $4. I will take it for. You will have it for $4.
I feed this dog.
Will you be giving this shit a good home? There's so many better things you could say other than, yeah, just stay away from me. And I'm glad you're on that side of the fence, by the way. Just hold it over the fence.
Her name is Reginald, and she has a personality.
Exactly. Fuck, I just want like a cigarette, one of those like long like cigarette holders. Like, absolutely not, madam.
This is the last piece of my collection.
My masterpiece is almost complete, you Philistine. Away from me, peasant. This is my shit. I gave the dog the food to make it.
Therefore, I own it.
Maybe tomorrow, but this one is perfect.
This one looks exactly like Rue McClanahan.
In the comments below, please tell us what you would say to somebody who wants your dog shit in a non-biodegradable bag, other than, yes, and then run away, which is basically what I did.
Not again. Okay. Heard something yesterday on the radio.
That's what they're for.
Yes. But I was actually paying attention. So, you know, the Queen of England.
I'm aware that they have one, yes. She's immortal.
She is 95.
Just Nosferatu. Yeah.
And her doctors. Now, here's the thing. This broad, I have the utmost respect for the Queen.
For that broad.
For that broad. Look, and I feel like if it was just if me and the Queen were hanging out and I was like, check out this broad, like pointing at her, she'd be like, "Oh, you stop it, you cheeky prick." So every night, she used to have like 4 or 5 cocktails a day. Like,
I knew that was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, one right before lunch, 2 during lunch, and then 1 right before, like right at bedtime.
You know what's funny? I know nothing about the royal family, but I knew that was true. Like, I'm like, yeah, I know it's a thing. Because I guess she's vocal about it. I'm not sure. Maybe she does it on her fucking podcast. Right. Or when they just shoot her full of amphetamines before Christmas, when she has to do the goddamn TV address to her country. Hello.
So, and this is a woman that saw combat in World War II. She fought for England. She has seen more combat than
us.
I'll say us, the majority of our presidents, like of our modern presidents.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Jimmy Carter, notwithstanding, I don't know about Ronald Reagan. George Bush Sr., definitely notwithstanding. That man ran the CIA. He also was in World War II and was a pilot. That guy saw some
CIA
shit.
or FBI? I forget now.
CIA.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Reagan did have a lot of fights with his own dementia and a big bowl of jelly beans. Like, that was a battle for him. Like, here, mommy.
Yeah.
Hack joke, Ziggler hack joke.
I wasn't gonna. I just
call me on it. I need it. Slap me around like a little bitch, because I'll do it to you. It makes me happy.
We're sitting here just shooting the shit. We're gonna say stuff like that. So this is I respect the Queen, but her doctor, the royal doctor, has recommended that she discontinue her nightly cocktail. And my thought was, she's 90 fucking 5. If that broad wants to be drunk from the time she stumbles out of bed to the time they put her back into that bed, let her party it up. Her husband is, I can only imagine, like, in my head, dude, she just has, because, you know, now that Philip is dead and she's 95, she just calls every servant in there Philip.
Whatever.
Sir, madam, my name is Nigel. I've served the royal family for. Shut the fuck up, Philip, and hand me that bottle of gin. I've been told not to allow you to drink this much, your Highness. For it is. Shut the fuck up, Philip. I'm a World War II veteran. You fucking cunt. And then the head guy comes in and is like, Nigel, what are you? Well, Reginald, she had a gun. I highly doubt the Queen had a firearm. And then you just hear it cocks and goes, goddamn right I have a firearm. I fought Nazis for years, and now they're back, and those bastards are coming for me. When they find me, they can kiss this royal dick while I chug gin and shoot them in the face. Now, who wants to party, Philip?
If you're 95, regardless of social standings, you should be allowed black tar heroin and a vibrator that runs on diesel if you want it. You know what I mean? Shit, it's bad for your health, madam. So is being 90 fucking 5, stupid.
Yeah.
For what? You want her to take up jogging?
Madam, you truly do need to discontinue your nightly cocktail. And I'm going to drink 3 or 4 a day. You bastards, you call me Dudley less. I believe you mean Dudley more. No, because you bitches couldn't handle more. Boop, boop, boop. Queen out, motherfuckers. And
That's not bad. That's not terrible.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah.
Madam, you might not see 110 at this rate.
I didn't want to see 87, but here we are.
What are you doing as you're a doctor when your patient is 95? Just be like, I'll be damned. Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
High fives. Keep it up.
Put another pound of bacon grease inside your vagina. Well, do whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
One, you're the queen. Can you imagine having to be the person that tells the queen that you, madam, you must discontinue your evening cocktail? And I'm the fucking queen. Bring me a peasant to fucking kill. What?
We don't have peasants anymore, madam. Well, she did just knight her own armoire. So at this point, just let her wave every once in a bit in a parade, and just it'll be fine.
Bring me that tasty crumpet that plays Roy Kent on Ted Lasso. I'm gonna have him.
It's just 20 minutes of you doing a weird, like Monty Python-esque queen.
I want him to knock the cobwebs out of the royal antechamber.
You have to do it.
Yeah, you do. Because if you are a loyal subject, you must. I don't know, man. If the queen told me fist it, I'd be like, well,
gotta.
Yeah, you got to. It's rude otherwise. Decorum states that I must.
There are way too many stories that you miss in life. If that happens, like, what does she want? Anything? I don't get with this. All right, hold her down. I don't know.
Bite onto this, Your Majesty. I'm no pussy. All right,
very good.
That's my girl. Let's go for it.
Let me just pick your vagina up off the floor, and I will do something with it.
Oh, also, pertinent to last episode, my dog is telling somebody to fuck off.
Nice. I can't hear it.
I can, and that's her job. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Drug Lord Pablo Escobar's herd of cocaine hippos sterilized to stop them wreaking environmental havoc.
I know about this. This is amazing. So they finally came up with a solution. So fucking Scarface lost his goddamn mind, and they had a whole bunch of hippos, which they just like, it's Colombia, right? Is this like in his place in Colombia?
Yeah, I think
so. Is
that
where they're okay? So, and then they became wild. And now there's no natural predators. Hippos are not in South America. They're in Africa, but in South America and Colombia, guess what? They're doing real good as an invasive species, and they're fucking huge. They started with like a dozen, and now it looks like there's more than 80. It's hard to get rid of 80 fucking hippos, man.
Yeah, and they're mean. Hippos are mean.
Yeah, oh yeah. They kill more people than SARS. Well, that's not true.
they kill more people than sharks, than crocs, than gators. And
There's a
that's the thing.
joke in
They're
that,
so big, they just swallow humans whole.
they don't eat them.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They're herbivores.
No, they're not.
Show your work. I know they kill people. I thought they just killed them with blunt force trauma. I don't think they eat them.
Fine.
I know that they. No. I could be totally wrong, but I've never heard of them eating it. Their teeth are like tusks, like blunt. I know that they kill people because they just don't want. They're just like antisocial. But I didn't know that. Yeah, swallowing people. Yeah. Okay, so this is one.
I was swallowed by a hippo.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you it happened once or twice because their throats are huge, but I don't think that they eat meat. Do they?
I don't know.
They
like
drown people. They definitely fuck them up.
The YouTube watchers will get to watch me.
Oh yeah, this is great podcasting as we're.
Oh, look
doing
at that!
this.
Do hippos eat meat? That was the.
Oh, there we
first-
go. Let's click on that. Do hippos eat meat? Yeah,
Yep.
see, hippos are huge animals with fearsome tusks and aggressive natures, but they mainly eat plants. Despite their grass-heavy diets and all the adapters that make them great grazers, hippos have been known to eat their fair share of meat. Okay, maybe they've eaten a couple of people.
Hippos eat way more meat than we thought.
Oh god, okay. All right. Maybe there have been people who've got eaten fucking by hippos. They're playing Anaconda the home game and fucking that's embarrassing. And what'd you do? I kept fucking with Pablo Escobar's hippos. And did you see in that it said that they've sterilized 24 of roughly 80
of more than 80.
Did they do it? I didn't get far into the
chemical castration of.
There we go. So they're like just tossing them castration pills that taste like human meat.
I guess so. They're just rubbing it on themselves and then tossing it. They're just putting it in a watermelon wrapped in some manner of steak and just stapled on and be like, they'll be fine. Just
we need Gallagher, quick. We need Gallagher. We need a couple of different guys.
There's 5 coming right at us. Smash it now, Gallagher.
God damn it. That's delightful. Yeah.
Splat!
Escobar had just fucking hippos that got loose, and now everybody in Colombia, like all the park rangers and stuff, are going, we have no references for this. It's kind of hard to get rid of a shit ton of well-fed wild hippos.
They don't belong here. What do we do? I don't know. Leave them alone. Get out of their way.
And because there is no
this belongs to them now.
It's like the seasons are like different. Like there is no like wet and dry season in South America like there is in Africa. So they fuck constantly. Like in Africa, apparently, like, they have a mating season. But over there, like, no, we're boning all the time. We run this fucking bitch.
I wonder how big their cocaine stash is.
Impressive, I would say. I don't think they're addicted to cocaine. I just think that they like the way it smells.
Yeah.
That's a Richard Pryor joke.
Yeah.
I stole that from Pryor. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna come after me for it, but
yeah, it's okay.
It's nice to acknowledge it.
We cite our sources. It's fine. It's fine. I saw that and I was like, well, shit. We have to talk about cocaine hippos.
Why don't I think we've talked about this before too on the channel, but in Thailand, the elephants that they were using, the lumber company.
Yeah, methed out elephants.
Yeah, they gave them amphetamines so that they would work longer and harder, which is true because they can move a hell of a lot more logs when they're on fucking speed. Yeah. But the problem is that the company went under, and now you've got a shit ton of African elephants that are addicted to speed who liked it and they want more. Yeah. So what do? They break out of their enclosures after the company goes under and they look for it everywhere, like your daughter's bedroom. They just went through fucking villages destroying shit, desperate in a fucking meth rage. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. You think it's bad for a human to go through withdrawal.
It is.
Imagine an elephant. Imagine an elephant who feels like bugs are crawling all over themselves.
The only thing that will cure it
Yeah.
has stopped giving it what it needs.
I got bugs all over me and my dick's on fire. I'm gonna need a little bit of that crunchy juice or whatever the elephants call it.
And human beings being reactionary in nature only then go, maybe we should have regulations on what drugs you can give work elephants. All right, give us a while. We'll write something up. I don't know.
And we'll do something in between them running through the playground and fucking every statue in the middle of town square.
It's better for the environment than heavy machinery. Not if you stop giving it speed. It's not. Maybe for the whole the climate, but not for the direct environment. The direct environment that it's around.
Meth elephants and cocaine hippos. Doesn't that sound like a Warren Zevon song?
Lollipops and rainbows everywhere, and oh shit, run!
And a methed out elephant. Oh. Should we talk about a topic or just keep bullshit?
We are brought to you by splitsociety.org.
Hey, your turn.
They are still doing this, and we are utterly amazed. Welcome to episode, what are we, 70-ish?
God, I don't know.
We got to be close.
I stopped putting numbers on the episodes.
You
when
did?
I post them. Yeah.
That's good. So welcome to.
Got tired of having to always look over.
Please give us a like and a subscribe. If you haven't joined the YouTube channel by now, you probably won't, but we'd love you to. We are brought to you by Now and Forever, apparently, and I don't know why, because they love us. It's splitsociety.org. Splitsociety.org, they are the purveyors of fine, hand-rolled, artisanally made natural spliffs from toasted palm leaves. They are rolled for you with a lovely little filter in there. No glue, no bullshit involved. That is their flagship product, and they're spectacular. Come in several sizes, and it's much better than whatever you're doing, because what you're doing is wrong. If you want to check out their website, they have a bunch of stuff for sale: t-shirts, hats. You want to be the coolest guy ever at the next party you go to? Well, bring cocaine, but outside of that, bring some of these spliffs, and then check them out. They do a lot of work with charity. Every purchase that you do can go to a charity of your choosing. I believe they're doing that.
Charity is, of course, a stripper
who brought the cocaine to the party.
Yes.
Splitsociety.org. They sponsor us because Squarespace wouldn't. We tried.
I've tried to get Pabst to sponsor us, and they just won't respond.
No. Schlitz won't answer my calls, but that's because I'm just screaming out the window.
Schlitz won't, because they only have a landline, and it's half the time they haven't paid the bill. By
asking Pabst to sponsor us, do you mean you just put up a picture of us drinking a beer and underneath it said sponsor us, right? Yes. You just threw that line out into the world.
Yeah.
I don't think it got to them. Let's
should I try harder?
No, I think that's what we need to do. We are, by the way, officially now D+ Effort Productions.
D+ Effort Productions
Corporation. Dot something. We're gonna do something eventually. We'll get serious about it.
Will we?
When this airs, this is the last episode that I will ever record in this condo in Chicago. Upon the next episode, viewers, I will be retired. Well, just emotionally. But also in my new home in Florida, unless I died en route in a horrible accident. So that'd be really sad. There you go.
Well, I'm going to add music to this part now.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, do something like, I don't know if it's going to be like a wah-wah or maybe like something from a game show. Nothing trademarked. We learned that. Ever since the last episode, I've been caught stealing in my mind. I really wanted to play it here, but I know that we're not allowed to.
No, we're not. I'm taking notes real quick so I remember what we talked about and how to, what pictures I need to pull from the internet.
Okay, there you go. So, dude, I'm the fucking worst. And again, I could just Google this, but it's no fun. So, Been Caught Stealing was by Jane's Addiction.
Mm-hmm.
The same frontman as Porno for Pyros. Okay, and his name is Perry. Say it.
Perry
because that's what I'm missing. Farrell?
Farrell. Yeah,
Is that right?
I think so.
Because I'm confusing in my brain, my booze-addled, horrible brain, Tyler Perry, Perry Farrell, and Pharrell, the guy with the Arby's hat. So I know they're three very different people, but I want to make sure that I'm on par. They do three very different things, all very well in their own rights, but they're not the same human being.
I would pay to see Perry Farrell play Medea.
Yeah, absolutely. Let Pharrell do the soundtrack. He's a very talented gentleman. All three of them are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but it's just way too it's too close for my mind. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I know. It's like Dylan McDermott and Dermot Mulroney.
That was one of my favorite sketches from SNL.
Yes.
Back in the Bill Hader days.
Yep.
Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney. And who's it like? I think it was Keenan. It was like a bunch of it was three black people. That's right. And Keenan screams, "We will never know this." It was like three black contestants. So good. We've ignored our topic. Go off a tangent, but please stop this. YouTube, Bill Hader, Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney, and see what happens. You'll be happy you did. Then come back to us and splitsociety.org.
And spliffsociety.org. And hey, anybody out there that wants to also sponsor, we'll take you.
Yeah.
I mean, within reason.
Damn near anybody.
Damn near. You know what? I would take a sponsorship from the Queen.
She might be into it at this point.
I love these two Yanks, these drunk assholes. Let's all get drunk.
Is this going to be your new character? I'm not sure how much of this we can do.
It's going to be in and out. It's going to be in and out. I do have a topic.
Really?
I do.
I'll be damned.
I don't know, but we're having so much fun. I almost hate to ruin it.
It's all right. Don't worry. We'll get off track several times.
Yes, we will. Since we are, when this airs, we'll be just after the spooky season.
God.
I don't even look it up. It's D+ Effort Productions. We're good.
Yeah, roughly. Let's say that. Yeah, it'll be. Let's call it early November-ish.
Yeah. So right after spoopy season.
Spoopy
season.
Spoopy. Mm-hmm.
Spoopy and crappy.
We've recorded 2 episodes in a row. In my pants, I still have my spoopy season right now.
That's spoopy seasoning.
Mm-hmm. The kind of thing where you have to like wad up a little bit of toilet paper, just shove it in there, put your shorts back on just in case.
Any barrier will help. That's kind of what I had to do in Iowa after all that kombucha.
Sometimes there's a homemade man pond. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So since we're just around the spoopy season, and by the way, I'm going to be really good at ignoring things. Did you like the music I put in over your it was a few episodes ago, over your very sad, and then I can move to Florida, where hopefully I'll die. Did you listen to that one?
No. No, I'm sorry. There's too much going on. I'm in charge of the funny, and then I fail at that, and then so I have a sandwich. No, I did not listen. I'm sorry.
Because usually it's me after we've recorded and put it out that I never listen to it, but you usually either listen to it.
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Watch the YouTube. So
mostly just because Pornhub doesn't do it for me anymore. It's your voice now.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry. And picturing your beard in my hand. It's getting really weird around here.
That's very specific, but you know what?
It is.
I'm not going to judge. I'm just glad I can be there to help.
No judge, please. It helps.
Oh, well, weird. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, handful of beard oil and a dream.
So it's just around the spoopy season, and so I wanted to talk about ghosts.
Okay.
Can we talk about hauntings and ghosts?
The ones you believe in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although,
I promise I won't be a grumpy little piss bear, but I don't believe in any of that shit.
Well, I was going to ask, have you ever had any experiences where you were like, That was fucked up. I don't know how to explain that. Because
Yeah, but it didn't involve the ghosts. There was a lot of like butt stuff in college, but like not like spirits.
but
Well, no, I did put spirits on my ass once. That was before it was a thing. Hold on, I'm having a flashback.
No, you're not. You've got a horrible memory.
Yeah, no, that's what a flashback is for me, is a memory at this point. It's like, oh god, I just remembered something from my past. Shit, somebody help! Call the doctor. Give him a
And
roast
she's like,
beef
that
sandwich.
was 10 minutes ago, you dipshit.
Somebody
It's
give him
still
a
the
fucking-
past.
He just needs a hug and a sandwich. He'll be fine. No, I've never experienced anything fucking weird because ghosts don't exist, bud.
Okay. You know, we've talked about my philosophy of there's shit everywhere. There's more in the universe. To quote Shakespeare, there's more under heaven and on earth than could be possibly dreamed of in your philosophy.
Correct. And as soon as there is some manner of scientific proof of something, I will say, oh, okay, cool. Until then, it's just, and this is not Grumpy Piss Bear, this is just
No,
how
no,
I
no.
feel.
No, dude.
This is me going, you know what? Human beings are real good at making up stuff to explain what they don't understand.
For sure.
They're also very, very good at like misremembering, and they're very, very good at seeing something out of the corner of their eye and making a story about it.
Absolutely.
So,
And
yeah.
that's the I'm totally with you on that. And for the mostly, I'm like, that can be explained. Oh, the picture of my grandma fell off the wall, and that's when I knew that everything was gonna be. No, that just shit happens. That's a shit happens thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are things that happen that even when you're like, oh, like I've had some weird experiences. Am I gonna say ghosts? Am I gonna say spirits? Am I gonna say whatever? I don't know. Part of me is like, it's kind of cool if it exists, because that means magic also, there's magic in the world. I've had the thought for a long time that ghosts.
Are we talking about like magic, like the laughter of a baby? Or are we talking magic like fireballs out of your penis?
I did the penicillin treatment, and there's no more fireballs that come out.
Oh, good for you. Oh,
Yeah.
thank God. Hold on, I had that in our life bingo, by the way. October.
Mark it down. Mark it down. Are you
I
using
am
the red
so
pen?
close. We have way too many squares on our life bingo. We're never gonna win. There's way too many things on here about B. Arthur, and she's dead. So I don't know what the fuck we were thinking.
Well, but maybe her essence is still somewhere, and we can still have a thing. Because okay,
On my fingers.
the
Makes no
brain
sense.
is electrical impulses.
Correct.
I know we've talked about this before, where you're like, yes, it changes energy because the energy is turned into, they burn it and it goes up. But that's
Yes.
it's got to go somewhere. Maybe
But
there's
consciousness is not energy. You're confusing the two.
I don't think I am.
All
Who
right.
has the degree in experimental psychology?
I mean, sure.
What is consciousness other than a series of electrical synapses?
Oh, well, we can't go down this road because we've both been drinking, and I'm going to stumble. I got nothing. We're
And
waiting.
see, and I'm now my brain's ready. I'm like, and that's what it is. It's just a series of electrical synapses. So
I will jump in the Scooby-Doo van with you, the mystery machine.
yeah, let's get in the mystery machine and
Sure.
go on an adventure.
Yep.
Because I have talked about some weird experiences in my life. Two of them were at the Renwick Mansion in Iowa, where they do like ghost tours and shit. There was one night where I was I was there by myself, except for there were two other comics staying in two other rooms. My door was locked. I'm half awake. Because I kind of wake up because it feels like somebody sits on the bed. Felt like somebody kind of rolled towards me. And then it felt like an elbow went into the middle of my back, and to the point where I was arching. And I thought for a second that it was one of the other comics had come in to fuck with me. And then my eyes opened the rest of the way, um, because I start waking up because I feel this thing. I start waking up. I realize I locked my door. No one should be able to be in here. Then I rolled and there was nothing there. And I was like, because at first I was like, all right, Shane, that's stop. Nope. No, nothing. All right, just don't be weird about it. I'll be the little spoon. Just let me get some sleep. That was it. It wasn't like now I have had a couple of real freaky experiences, but we won't get into that because there's, I don't have sleep paralysis. I never have. But like maybe I had a bout of sleep paralysis one night. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a nightmare that led to sleep paralysis, and I woke up. We'll leave it at that.
What I will say is, like, for stuff like that, you do have to admit there is the possibility, just open to the possibility. We don't know a whole bunch about the human brain. It can convince you of a lot of things, and it can cure you of certain ills, to wit, like placebo effect. I'm going to tell you this pill is going to cure your XYZ. It's sugar. You take it, I make you believe it. Your brain can actually make that do something to your body physically. You don't really understand placebo effect, but it is an effect. So couldn't it also be like you've thought about, freaked out a little bit too much, and you were half asleep, and maybe it's possible that you felt something that your brain just taught you there?
100%.
Told you was that? Okay. So
well, and see, that's what gets me is that I stand in these two. I'm a fucking dichotomy. Because I'm like, no, there's always a scientific explanation for things, but then you have these experiences where you're like, okay, here's how I break it down, but I know how I felt. I know the creepy things. I know the creepy paper. It was, so what am I saying? 100% ghosts exist, and this is what. No,
I get it. Yeah,
because
we're just leaning two different ways on the spectrum here.
Absolutely. We're both standing here. Just one of us leans one way, one of us leans the other. Because I'm like, there's a scientific reason behind everything, but also, wouldn't it be cool if, which is exactly what we talked about when we talked about the cryptids.
And a lot of scientists, wouldn't it be cool if too?
Exactly. And then we end up making it happen. Just like when the US government was like, hey, UFOs, we have proof. Here's the proof. And we all went, yeah, but we're dealing with a lot right now.
That was actually kind of disappointing, though, because it was like, we'll tell you what we know. There's some footage of shit that we don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, well, we fucking knew that.
Yeah.
I want to see the bodies. God damn you. I want to see the little green men.
So, and I pulled a few things.
Yep.
A few ghost stories, because I was like, it's fun. It's fun stuff. It's fun to imagine. Again, if any of the listeners, if you've had a ghost encounter, hit us up in the email, or go to whatever, like on iTunes, and in the review, give us a review and then tell us your story. We'll check it out.
It's very fun to imagine. Larry and I imagine all the time that our fathers respected us.
Well, I know that's a fucking myth. That one you don't have to convince me of.
Yeah, no, I know it's whatever.
So
that's where you put the music. That's where you put the music. Yeah, just the Charlie Brown walking away, but like not quite that, so it's not trademarked. Or Lou Ferrigno, like in the Incredible Hulk, just like walking down the street, hitchhiking poorly.
All right, so let's start because I was trying to say start and hot at the same time.
It sounded like you were just squeezing one ball. Excuse me. That's the perfect pitch. Oh shit, that's how you do that.
There it is. Pop. Woo. Haught Mansion in Michigan. HAUGHT.
There we go. Thank you. Needed that.
So there has been people, and apparently it's kind of run down. People have abandoned it because there was so much spoopy, creepy stuff going on in this mansion. There had tried to live in it, and we're just like, we gotta go. But here's
I'm sorry, was it ever like an attraction or just like a house on a hill where it was like a big, like a domicile?
it was in the early 1900s, like
Oh, okay.
late 1800s, early 1900s. It was a brothel. It had started as a brothel, a high-end brothel, for many, 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 many years. And then when the United States decided to be fucking lame, and because if you couldn't be a legitimate in the Old West, even in the 1700s, all the way through the 1800s, early 1900s, you could not be a legitimate town. You couldn't be considered a legitimate town unless you had a well-run brothel.
Okay.
That was one of the things. And usually the brothel owners sat on the city council. They were community leaders. They were well respected. So, but I guess D+ effort. There's some research that I read and was like, I'll remember that, and I didn't write the note down, and I should have. That it was when it became illegal to fuck for money, which stupid. This house was abandoned, and then the people tried to live in the mansion, and creepy things happened. And then several years later, I don't know, I can't get again, D+ effort on the research.
Oh yeah, nobody cares. We're good. Just give me what you got.
There were multiple bodies found in the basement.
Ugh. Like underneath like the cement and shit, or like just like stacked up,
just laid around the basement.
Ooh.
And each one of them had a perfect circle carved into their chest.
Oh, I just want to make sure I'm picturing, like, you can walk down the stairs to the basement and they're just there.
So this house had been abandoned.
Okay.
It had been abandoned for years. And then when people went to go be like, hey, let's just check out this house. Why is it abandoned? And they
the crazy teenagers go into the creepy house.
Yeah. And they just found, I don't have an exact number, but multiple bodies.
Very good.
Just laid about in this basement, again, with a perfect circle carved into their chest. See, and that's the shit that creeps me out. Like, you can tell me about ghosts.
Yeah, because somebody killed people.
Yeah, exactly. See, you can tell me about ghosts all you want, and I'm like, meh. I mean, that's fun. That's a fun story. I like to imagine. I got a big imagination. I'm a creative guy. But then you go, yes, but several years later, multiple bodies were found with a perfect circle. Have you ever tried to draw a perfect circle? Nearly impossible. Try carving it into a side of beef.
I could barely write my name legibly, much less carve a circle into a dead body.
I can draw really well, and I can't do a perfect circle. I don't think I could, like.
No, I mean, without a compass, and even then it's fucking weird because you screw it up the first 2 times. Dude, ghosts are not scary. If I ever saw a ghost, I would follow that bitch. Like, yeah, what do you want? Yeah, let's go talk. You can't mess with me. You're made of smoke. People are scary because people are carving circles into people and putting them in a fucking basement.
People are scary because they believe in ghosts, and then they
fucking
do
weird
things.
Shit.
Yeah, then they do weird things because of it. I just like the fantasy. I think it's a cool thing. Do I believe in it? There's a part of me that does. There's a part of me that does, simply because I am a whimsical asshole. I believe in ghosts the same way I believe in Dale the Smoky Mountain wood sprite. That guy, he's a magical being, and just like the guy that can skateboard drunk off his ass because God blessed his feet or something. I don't know. So okay, we have bullshit a lot. Whaley House.
Wait, we're not going to keep talking. There's just like a bunch of like people arranged in the basement with circles carved in their chest, and that's the end of the story.
I didn't research further.
Oh Lord, that's just somebody found a whole bunch of bodies where somebody like took a like one of those like circular like hole saws and went zap. Yeah, put them down there. Why? Because I was told to.
And then somebody found it They got the bodies out, and that's as far as I could find about it. I'm sure
And it went
there's
off
more.
Zillow.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, take it down. Nobody's no.
And it remains abandoned today.
Yeah,
Are just
it should.
No, thanks. So Whaley House, where is that? I think it's in California. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in California. First and foremost, this one, I love this. The United States Commerce Department declared this house to be haunted.
The government says there be ghosts.
Here be ghouls. Leave it be. You want to buy it? Good fucking luck, Shaggy and Scoob. No.
No. Government says no. There's monsters in there.
That bitch be haunted.
No.
So it was, first off, it was used as a popular hanging spot in the 1800s.
Oh shit! You mean hanging?
Yeah,
not like hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. This is it's a place where they would go, hey, you know what this hill needs? A gallows and multiple dead bodies.
Gotcha.
And so I guess one of the most famous ones that has been seen floating about the house is a guy named Yankee Jim. And then the Whaley family built the house there and lived there for years, and and then of course they all kick. And I don't know, this one, like, it makes sense to be like, and Mr. and Mrs. Whaley can be seen to this day, but then they're like, and their children will be there too. And it's like, wait, kid ghosts? Did the kids die? And again, my bad, D+ effort.
No, it's fine. It's more fun to be like, yeah, sure, why not? Maybe, probably not, but okay.
But I was like, did they die as kids, or did they grow up and then they died, and then their spirits got pulled into the house, and then they're forced to live as children with their overbearing 1800s parents for the rest of eternity?
Dear God.
Yankee Jim. Hey, y'all, I'm Yankee Jim. Yeah, we know. I died right here. Yeah, we know. You built a house on me. I live here. You built a house on me right here. And so I'm just going to be here.
Unfortunately, Y-I-N-K. I can't speak Yankee, as in he just jerks off. Like the ghost just like going around tossing off onto like your salad. Like he's just like, oh, it's Yankee Jim. He thinks it's a pepper mill, I guess. I don't know.
That's Jerky Jim. Is what it's. And of course, I had so many others, but we'll hit the highlights. I love the name of it, even though it's a horrible, horrible place, but we're talking about Sweet Home Chicago, buddy. The H.H. Holmes Murder Castle.
Oh my God. Devil in the White City is one of the best books I've ever read. I would read it again. It's amazing. Yeah. But it's creepy.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, he turned you, please.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
During the World's Fair and what was it? Turn of the century.
Yeah.
But people were coming to the World's Fair when they built the White City on the south side for the World's Fair. People were coming from all around to come see the White City and like come to Chicago for their fortune. And this guy, H.H. Holmes, who was a doctor, I want to say, of some nature, or some medical professional, he had a home, and he was like a huge mansion, and he was like renting out rooms to wayward travelers, mostly women, to experience that and like come and find their fortune. He turned it into a murder palace with weird trap doors and like trapped rooms and booby traps and weird shit, and killed a whole bunch of people and put them under his house. Yeah, he was a fucking lunatic.
He only admitted to killing like 27 of them, but I think every time he said that, he giggled. No.
Only admitted.
There's
only
27? Like 100 women missing. Yes, but I only killed 27.
But like, it was, God, my memory is going to fail me, but it was like weird shit, like obviously weird, but like gas chambers, or like every room, just, it was like horrors, like walls would turn all of a sudden, like you're like, it was
It was turn of the century Saw is what it was.
You beat me to it. Yes, exactly. It was a fucking murder house. Insanity.
Well, and what I find fascinating is that he pulled a Batman. He pulled a Bruce Wayne. He hired different contractors for different projects
Mhm.
to build these different and then paid cash, and they just moved on, and everyone was like, well, it just seems like a weird guy, but okay, I'll build this weird trap door. You think he's doing anything bad with it? Nah, I don't know, he seems okay. Look at his mustache.
Not any one person knew all the intricate workings. Like those clockwork fucking turntables that would like dump people from the beds into this like pit of oh god, just like it's like Batman villain-esque lunacy.
Yeah.
100 years ago, damn near. I mean, it just makes you go, ugh.
Yeah, it's and again, that's of course because that was a real thing that happened to real people by a real person. That's what makes it worse, and that's also why people who do strongly believe in ghosts are like, if there's any type of unsettled spirit, it's in there.
Yes.
Which, that one, I'm like, yeah, there's probably some, and if you dig far enough and find the right room, there's probably a demon that he's kept trapped in there that's just like, oh, I kind of want to be mean, but I also just want to get out of the room for a second. Can we go get some Burger King? I've heard that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, it gives you that like weird feeling of like, oh fuck, some really terrible. Once you realize if you're in that room, before you know that, you might get a feeling, yeah, it's a little weird. But you hear that, you're like, I don't want to be in here anymore. Me, as somebody who does not believe in anything, I'm like, I don't want to be in here. It's fucking bad juju. I know in my brain, I'm like, it can't hurt me. But I know something really, really bad happened there, especially if there's still clockwork shit in the floor that might just take my foot off. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Would I buy that land if it was cheap and turn it into something else? You bet your ass I would. Because there's nothing to come up from the grave. But even if it did, they're not coming for me. They're coming for fucking Holmes. They want me to be there because I'm a cool guy.
Yeah.
I'll walk around. I'll let him in the fridge. I'll make him a salad, for Christ's sake.
There was one other one. That's right. One more Chicago one.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is just a creepy. It's just like, what the fuck? Proving, just like Scooby-Doo always proved to us growing up, that the real monsters are the humans.
100%.
Couch Mausoleum and Lincoln Park.
I have no knowledge of this.
The southern edge of picture-perfect Lincoln Park originally served as a massive city cemetery throughout the mid-1800s. During the Great Chicago Fire, all the wooden grave markers were destroyed, except the limestone Couch Memorial Crypt, and that still stands at the south end of Lincoln Park. In 1998, workers digging on the site discovered the remains of more than 80 people, including one perfectly preserved body, sealed in a 19th century iron coffin.
Oh, Christ.
Experts estimate that more than 12,000 bodies may remain buried throughout the park to this day. But let's go back to perfectly preserved body, sealed in a 19th century iron coffin. We both read sci-fi and fantasy. Well, what's iron usually used for, buddy?
It's a protection against fairies who want to eat your face.
Yeah.
Trolls and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Anything from the Fae.
And we had one.
I hate that I immediately know what you're talking about.
I love it.
Fucking hate myself so much right now. But yes.
There you go, you whimsical bitch. I see you again.
Anybody from the Fae, they hate iron. Yeah.
Yep. And
can't touch it.
Perfectly preserved.
Creep town.
Right? That's one I'm gonna actually go and I'm gonna research more. I'm gonna have my research assistant research more.
Your wife?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've told me a lot of really creepy shit, but you haven't given me any proof of ghosts.
No. That wasn't the intent.
Oh, very good. Okay.
I just wanted to. It
yeah.
was spooky season, and I just wanted to talk about some spooky shit.
Yeah, there are a lot of shit, especially buried in the earth,
Yeah.
where people are like, oh, we're gonna put a Walgreens here. Like, get the dumpsters up. What is that? That is an Iron Maiden with a perfectly preserved mummy in it. Call somebody. Who? The experts? I don't know. I don't know. We're Teamsters. I have no idea.
I don't know, man. I'm union, and I'm going on break soon.
Exactly. I'm not paid to deal with this shit. Light them if you got them.
Yep.
Looks like your problem.
And the intent was to never convince or bring proof, just to talk about spooky stuff because it's fun.
Dude.
But
Human beings do some fucking weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, he might be listening to this. I want to tell this one really good story. Buddy of mine, I won't say his name, but he bought a house years ago and went to go check out his house, not in Chicago. And down in the basement, he's like, you want to see something really fucking creepy? I'm like, sure. In his basement, there was a secret room off of the basement. The basement was unfinished. It's like, the pipes and everything. It's a fucking basement. Secret room that you kind of had to duck to get in. There was no real lights, but there were a couple of old destroyed benches. It was a hidden room that you kind of had to find, and one weird Nazi symbol eagle up on the wall in this weird room that was maybe, memory's going to destroy me, but like call it 8x10 room where you could like lean down and possibly just like sit on a bench and listen to somebody talk. Like, hey bud, you buy a Nazi house? Like, I think I did, yeah, but I gotta steal. Like, shit, all right. I guarantee you he's done something much better with that room since
I got such a good price on it. It felt like I annexed it.
Up to and including maybe just walling it the fuck off. But it's like, oh, that's it's creepy. He's like, yeah, it's real creepy. So back upstairs, like, yeah, back up fucking stairs.
Yeah. Back upstairs, and then I'm gonna call a lift and get the fuck out of your Nazi house.
I will say I don't believe in all that crap, but there have been times in my life where you just get like a couple of feelings, but that's humanity. You know what I mean? Like there's something in the back of your brain where you get like, I've been places where I get this kind of feeling. Oh, like out in nature, and all of a sudden like you see like a bird fly past, and like the sun just hits you in a perfect way, and you're just like out in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And then you can be in the same place 12 hours later, and like a bird shits on your head. You're like, oh, that's creepy. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I heard a twig snap. Yeah, that's humanity, man. It's fun, but you have to realize that it's just, it can't hurt you unless it stabs you.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. I think I've told you this before. I know I've said this before to you and lots of other people. I'm never going to try and convince you of something you don't want to be convinced of.
What is the name of your show on the Front Row Network, by the way?
Convince Me.
There you go. That was so good. Oh God!
But I'm not doing it. It's
I know.
It's other people getting to, and they get to tell me what they about stuff, and I go, "That's awesome," because I like that shit. And I'm just gonna be like, "Yep, believe in it," but I know I can mostly explain it away. But it's more fun? It's more fun to believe. I'm the Mulder to your Scully.
Am I Gillian Anderson?
Yeah, buddy.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, screw it. She's still hot.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So is Duchovny. Anyway.
I really wanted to be a redhead. I mean, I could pull it off.
You could.
My beard's a little red.
You can still do it.
My throat's a little thick. I'm fat, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but you're my sweet little sweet cake is what you are.
And other things you don't want to hear day 2 of your lifelong prison sentence.
That's my little sweet cake. Oh
shit.
No.
Am I? I knew it was going to be somebody. It has to be you. All right, Thunder, come on.
I was hoping it'd be him. His hands look softer.
He has kind eyes and a huge cock.
Hey, what'd you learn today?
Ooh, Well, I learned that we can talk about the paranormal in a way that doesn't make me go, "Come on, stupid." No, I'm fine with talking about like really creepy shit because I understand that humanity is basically broken.
Yeah.
And
And it's all for fun. It's just all for fun.
humanity's broken is for fun.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Can I rephrase that?
Yeah, take it back.
Yes.
Yeah.
The brokenness of humanity is a thing, but to talk about creepy stuff is fun. Creepy
It's
stuff.
it's very fun. I also learned that if this comes out November 1st, everybody's basically going to be done with creepy shit. Like, oh god, we just put away all the goddamn decorations. What are they talking about? Dead people. Okay, Christ. All right, one more pumpkin spice latte, and then I'm over it until next year.
It's just one little holdover. Just one little holdover.
Just one. What did you learn?
I learned that Chicago had a some type of Queen of the Fae buried in the graveyard, and then they let them go.
Bad call.
Yeah, you find an iron coffin, you keep that shit shut.
You dig the hole deeper.
Yeah,
You can still put your building over it, but like, no.
maybe some concrete on top of it.
Yeah.
Just make it go away.
No.
I also learned that I don't know. I got nothing. I learned that, honestly though, I learned that it's always going to be fun talking about this stuff with you, regardless of the fact that we are coming at it from two different directions.
100%. As long as you don't look at me and say ghosts are real. Like, no.
Well, and I,
Yeah, Ghost Hunters is a show. Guess what they've hunted? Virgins. I'm guessing watching them going,
never
oh yeah, no, you heard static. Good for you.
Yeah.
This is still TV. Lord.
They've got it. Okay. All right, buddy. But you know what? You know what is real?
Oh, are you turgid?
Maybe. My love for you is real.
And I love society.org.
I'll take it.
I know you will. I've watched you. I love you back, dude.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.